Hey everybody, it's Mr. Chris from the Hudson Area Public Library. As always, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get these videos and we can know that you're appreciating them. I actually got some comments and I thought I'd do a video because some people were asking about COVID-19 issues and washing your hands and distancing, and about the library kind of doing our phased reopening and why we weren't having our camps at the building. And that got me thinking about that I was kind of uniquely positioned with being space guy to, in an odd way, have all this stuff that we're kind of talking about around COVID-19. So I just thought I'd share some of it because, well, I have these masks, which are here, which I'll try on, that are made by the 3M company. And the reason I have them, they're the N95 masks, which are important for the healthcare workers to wear. But if you can see this image, this is Kate Rubins, the astronaut who was recently on the International Space Station, and they're wearing these same 3M masks. And they wear those to protect themselves. This was when the SpaceX capsule came up and docked on a test mission. There weren't any astronauts on board, but all the astronauts, and I'll put mine on too, they wear these masks to protect them from any particles, dangerous particulates that might be floating around in the capsule, with zero gravity, and they don't want to breathe any of those in, because in zero gravity everything floats, and so it's not going to stay where it's supposed to stay. So if I can get this one on, so this is one of those space station masks. So hopefully you can hear me okay, but I had a couple of these, and so when masks were in short supply here in Hudson, right after some of the virus issues kicked in, I had some of these masks that 3M had sent me, the same kind they use on the space station, was able to use them for going out and going to the store. And I actually had some extras in that, so I was able to provide those to some healthcare workers here because I had a couple extra and I knew they were in short supply. So that's one thing that I kind of just had sitting right there in my box when this came up. Another thing you may have heard of, and I can show, I deal with a group with NASA called Genes in Space. And we get a lab in a box. We've done this at St. Patrick's and Trinity Academies. And you're doing DNA sequencing. You're trying to find out, it's like an experiment on what space food might have had a bacteria in it, like E. coli. And you have to sequence it, and you have to use reagents, like they have to do for the COVID-19 testing, when they test people and do that swab in the back of their throat. So I had the reagents in my freezer from doing that. And then I also had another company with a NASA affiliation I work with. Is called Dream Up, and they make these little kits where you have these petri dishes where you can do bacterial growth experiments. So you kind of do some swabs of your windowsill or your computer keyboard, and then you can culture it and see if there's any bacteria, what kind of strains of bacteria there. So I had safety goggles and a lot of latex gloves in my kit for that. So in a weird way, I had all these things right in my house just because of all the stuff I work with every day with schools and at the library and kind of science experiments and kind of the NASA work going on. So it was kind of odd because everything that was in the news and was being talked about, I had right here in front of me. So I just thought I would share some of that because those things were able to kind of help out me and my family, and was able to help out the community with some of the extras I had. And I'm trying to work these things into future lesson plans because not a lot of people know about what the reagents are for and how the testing works, other than some of the schools I mentioned that I've done that lab in a box work with. But it's kind of interesting times. So that's some of the stuff here in my office that I can share with you on that. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to more programs at the library. And until then, we'll see you next time. So take care.